Hey guys, welcome back. And this one is going to be another movie review for you guys today. And this one is going to be on a movie that I also recently just saw. I hadn't seen until pretty recently, and that is The Happening from 2008, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, the director of Signs, The Village, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. A lot of great movies, mostly creepy movies, and a very good director. I've always liked his work, and this one was actually given to me. My aunt and my uncle were getting rid of a bunch of movies. This was one of them. So, like, they were just like, here you go. So, uh, I got it, and I'm very pleased that I have it in my collection. And I'm going to tell you what the movie's about and my thoughts about it afterwards. And the movie stars Mark Wahlberg, Zoe Deschanel, I think I say pronounce her name, and John Leguizamo, I think I say pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered the name, and Betty Buckley, excuse me, and yeah, the movie is basically about this science teacher named Elliot Moore, and he has a wife and a daughter. And what happens is like there's this plague that's going around, and people who are infected by it, who are infected with it, end up committing suicide, and it spreads like a rapid fire, and they basically struggle to survive, and a whole bunch of craziness is happening all around them, and they discover that there's literally like no place that's going to be safe at all. And they basically, him, his wife and daughter and a bunch of other people that aren't infected basically band together to basically try to survive, and you know try to figure out what's going on, and how to put an end to all of it basically. And that's basically the premise of the movie, and it's a very interesting plot. Watching it, it definitely reminds me of Stephen King's The Stand. If you guys have read the novel or have seen the '90s miniseries, and it's that one's about a plague too, so that's why it reminds me of that miniseries or story. Um, and it's definitely very very dark, and there's some very very intense moments in this, like people like construction, like at the construction site, like people are falling off the building and they're falling down, they land on the ground of their deaths, and it's crazy. Like I'm watching that, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Um like there's some scenes like where they, like, what's happening, but you don't see it, like when someone shoots themselves like in the head or something, like you don't see it, but you know what happens, you hear the gunshot and you just see the person fall down. Like there's some very disturbing imagery, and there's like people killing other people and people getting in car crashes, and very disturbing imagery in this movie. And it's rated R, and it's definitely rated R for a reason. Like this is definitely not for the kids, not for anybody who's affected by suicide. Like if you had a loved one, or if you attempted suicide yourself, it's definitely not a good movie to watch, because this will definitely trigger all that trauma that you've gone through. And yeah, it's just absolutely insane. The acting in this movie is very good. Mark Wahlberg, great actor. Zoe Deschanel is very good in this one as well. Same with John Leguizamo. He's great. And I'll show you guys the rest of the packaging. Here's a side and the back, and I'll show you guys the disc art. And I remember hearing about this when it came out, and I never watched it. And back when I was like back when this came out, 2008, I wouldn't have been able to watch it anyway. But yeah, it's definitely uh, a very dark, gritty, disturbing movie. It's like definitely one of the most disturbing movies ever made, in my honest opinion. But it's a very good one. Just because it's disturbing, I don't think it makes the movie bad. And by the cover, see all like the dead bodies. Like seeing that, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into. If not, then then I don't know what you're gonna be thinking of. But uh, yeah, this one has quite a few features on it. It has deleted scenes. It has you know, the Hardcut featurette, I Hear You Whispering featurette, Visions of the Happening, a Making of featurette, a Day for Night featurette, Elements of a Scene featurette, and a gag reel. So you have some pretty good extra features on it, and it's released under Spyglass and 20th Century Fox. And I think the music fit perfectly. It runs at a good pace. It's only an hour and a half long, so it's a short movie. It doesn't. I don't. It doesn't. I don't feel like it drags at all. I feel like it's, a very good, fast-paced movie. And this movie I saw gets a 5 out of 10 on the IMDb, and I have no idea why. It should be at least a 7 because this movie deserves a 7. And we all know that IMDb is not always right. A lot of times they're full of shit, but for this movie, they're definitely full of shit of because this movie was a lot of fun to watch. It's also uh, it's very good to watch, but in some ways, because of certain scenes that happen, sometimes it's hard and uncomfortable to watch. And it's definitely one of those movies that like you have to be like in the right mood in order to watch it. Like you can't be depressed or anything because this movie's very very depressing. So if you're depressed, don't even bother with it. Like if you're in a like a Stephen King weirdness type of mood or something, then I think that you would be able to watch it. But I mean, other than that, it's very depressing movie. And if it's gonna remind you of like COVID and stuff like that, like if you're still having PTSD from COVID, I wouldn't recommend watching it either because it's definitely a lot like what happened. I mean, only it's people obviously didn't commit suicide, but people were dying during when COVID first happened. So it's definitely triggering for that sort of effect, also. So keep that in mind. But everybody in this movie did very good. The special effects are pretty good for the most part, and you know, um, I like the story, and I bought all the acting, and like this a lot of the stuff that happens is very very weird and very strange, and it has a nice twist ending that I didn't see coming at all. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you've seen the movie you know what I'm talking about. um, yeah, this movie has definitely a lot of shocks and surprises. Like there were definitely scenes like where I was like, "Whoa!" Like I did not expect that coming at all. So, and I kind of like movies like that give you a lot of shocks and surprises, and they'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Like this movie will definitely keep you on the edge of your seat because like you'll just be kind of like, paranoid like as the people are in the movie, like what's gonna happen next, and movies like that always intrigue me, and I like that about this movie a lot. And it's, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, this movie didn't scare me, but like it definitely, had me shocked throughout. Like at first I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then as the movie progresses, like you understand what's going on, so that it makes more sense. But some of you might not even be able to get through it, and I can understand why. Um, but yeah, this definitely insane movie, but the guy, he gets the job done. M. Night Shyamalan, he's a great director, makes great movies. He has another one coming out named Trapped. Well, no, it's called Trap, and that should be interesting. And any movie that he comes out with, I mean, I'm very looking forward to because he always makes great fun movies, and a lot of you guys enjoy his work too. I know some of you might not like his work, and that's fine. I know a lot of people hated The Last Airbender and After Earth. I didn't mind After Earth. Last Airbender, I didn't mind it either, but it's been a long time since I've seen that one, so I'd probably have to rewatch it again to tell you what I think about it officially. But yeah, After Earth I didn't mind, and A Knock at the Cabin I thought was pretty intense. It was kind of like this, but only it was suicide. Pack of people. So yeah. If you've seen this movie, let me know what your thoughts of it down below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let me know. I'm open to your opinions, and If you agree with me, that's awesome. If you disagree with what I said, that's totally fine too, because that's what makes you unique. It makes you unique and cool as people. And yeah, that's basically it for my review of The Happening. Definitely check it out if you're into crazy, weird type movies. And thank you guys so much for watching once again. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.